with Jeff the Bullet Roman
Hey,
and Chris over here. So just one thing I wanted to tell everyone about Jeff is that Jeff is a pro MMA fighter out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and he just got done beating somebody up last week. I feel bad for that guy. And then also he owns a business called the Bag Collection, right, or Bag Collective.
yeah, yeah. It's all under the hat game, so I do a lot of
Yeah,
different hat stuff. Yeah, but my brand is called the Bad Collection.
yeah. And you came out with like a new style of hat.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
try to mess around with
So,
unique style stuff, custom stuff. So
oh, don't you have pockets inside the hat?
yeah. You want me to show it? Man, my
Yeah,
hair
yeah,
probably
yeah.
looking rough. Y'all don't judge me. But yeah, this is one of my designs. Got a little stash pocket in there. Hold on, what
Uh-huh.
inside that little stash pocket? You can put a little something in there. Something
Yeah,
you
so
need.
that's pretty cool.
Hold on, check out the details. All about the details.
I fear
All
me
about
too,
the
huh?
details.
Yeah, I like that. Well, so Jeff, I mean, you kind of been an entrepreneur somewhat, like at least I remember talking to you in like
Yeah,
since
all
college,
my
right?
life. I feel like I've been an entrepreneur all my life, really. I mean, ever since middle school, high school, selling chips and juices out my bag to other classmates, man. I just been hustling all my life. I'm a straight up Miami boy.
Yeah, I remember actually in high school, I used to always have some kid. He used to always sell me Pop Tarts for $1,
I said that
and you
again.
know,
I'm sorry, man. My
oh no, no,
headphones went
no.
dead. I could barely hear you.
No, yeah, you remind me of this one kid in high school. He every time like during like English class or something, he'd always sell me Pop Tarts for $1.
Okay, I
Yeah, yeah,
guess
yeah. And he's always like he'd buy them for 50 cents, and then he'd sell it
it's
to me for $1, so he'd double his
that's how it
money.
goes.
Yeah,
That's how it goes.
and then my fat ass, I don't give a shit, so I'm just eating everything. And a
Uh,
dollar's cheap for me. And then so yeah. Anyways, that's interesting. So also tell me more about so tell me more like where you come from. Like I mean I've known you for a long time, but I mean for the people watching.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm originally from Miami. Um, I'm from born in Opelika, raised in Carroll City area. Um, it wasn't an easy neighborhood to grow up in, but I mean, I made do. I made friends. I'm adaptable. So, uh, I had my mother around. I had my father around. I mean, separate homes, but I mean, they were always communicating for me for the most part.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty simple. I grew up
Yeah.
decently.
Well, well, I feel like if it wasn't for sports for you, or I don't know if it wasn't for sports or not, but for you, you easily could have went like the other direction, right? You probably could have turned into like drugs or like crime. I'm sure like the people around you were not doing the best thing.
Um, a lot of people around me were pretty much into sports as well. But sports, I mean, wrestling alone has been a blessing in my life. I mean, if it wasn't for wrestling, there's no telling where I would be. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
so yeah, if it wasn't for sports, yeah, no telling what path I would have taken, and
yeah,
I'm blessed. Yeah.
yeah. Not only that, you're athletic because you're a Division 1 wrestler, right?
No, I wrestled at NAIA, but I was an All American.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I mean that's a huge accomplishment. I
Yep.
mean, not
Yep.
many
For
people
sure.
reach that. I mean, that's huge.
For
I
sure. For
mean,
sure.
especially for to get into college too. I mean, like you probably weren't even thinking of going to college, but then you got a scholarship to go wrestle at a university.
Yeah. 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 And once I noticed it was going to be in Iowa, the wrestling capital, I jumped on top of that ASAP as soon as possible.
Oh, is that where you went to college in Iowa?
Yeah. 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 Wrestling
Yeah.
capital.
Well, I remember you telling me that because the community where you came from, I remember you telling me one time that it's mainly African American community, right? Ooh, why are you making me hungry? I Actually, I just had bacon and eggs.
Yeah,
Um,
look, chicken and potatoes, eggs.
let me take a look at that. Ooh,
Got some
ooh,
pancakes on the way, so
pancakes
get
too.
pancakes on the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, your fight's finished with. You can eat whatever you want.
Yeah, that's the good part
Uh,
about it all for sure.
so when you're in fight camp, what do you usually eat?
Pancakes just came. Hold on, 1 second.
Ooh,
That looks good.
that looks delicious.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
jealous.
So what were you saying? Sorry about that.
Oh no, no. So when you're in fight camp, what do you usually eat? What's your diet like?
During my fight camp, I try to keep it light, so when it's time to cut weight, it can just kind of drop off. What I like to stick to is like a soup and salad. I make the chicken for my soup and salad inside of my soup, and I just rotate between the two. I'll probably have soup for lunch one day and salad for dinner, and then I eat it like a smooth. I drink a smoothie every day, so I kind of stay on top of my carbs, get the good carbs in me. That's pretty much it. Soup, salads, and smoothies throughout the whole like last month of my training camp.
Really?
Yeah, and when it's time to cut weight, man, the weight just flies off, and I still feel strong. Like
Yeah, because
it's
that's the
pretty.
biggest thing with fighters is the week of weight cutting. Like that's the biggest I feel like that's the biggest hurdle for fighters is making a weight.
Yeah,
You know, like the fight camp is easy. I mean, it's not easy, but we get through fight camp, then you fight. But the hardest part of fight camp, I feel like, is losing those last few pounds. Like where you're just and a
yeah,
lot of people, yeah, and I feel like a lot of people struggle with that, but you found a way to not struggle as much as others, right? Because you said you still feel healthy.
yeah,
So, like for example, myself, I'm still trying to figure that out. But like I'm like the last like 2 or 3 pounds of my weight cut, that's the hardest part. Like I'm dying already. Like after I'm trying to cut the 10 pounds.
What are you eating during that time? What are you eating during that
Uh,
when you're actually cutting hard?
like my
Are you
last
still
fight,
eating?
yeah, I'm eating, but I'm just eating like straight tilapia, like fish, and no salt, just straight fish, and then spinach. That's it for the whole week. I'm eating the same meal every day, 3 times a day. In the morning, I'll have eggs, but and then so say if the fight is on a Saturday, I'm eating that the whole week, and then on Thursday I'll stop eating, and then Friday I just focus on cutting the weight. Um, but it's rough. It's a rough road. That's what I'm saying. Like I think you found a way to,
Are you still working out the last week of your camp?
yeah.
Okay, what kind
I'm
of
still
workouts
working
are
on.
you doing? Just regular training or what?
Yeah, like again, like the fight's on Saturday. I'll train Monday through Wednesday, and then and then I'll do my runs. I'll put my running in there as well, and then or my sprint, and then Wednesday I'll stop, and then
You still
Thursday,
sprinting the week of the fight?
mm,
Oh,
yeah. Like I know Master Nick, he says like don't do any of that like the week of,
yeah. You want to let your body just recover. You should be in shape by the
yeah,
last week of your fight for sure.
yeah,
There's no reason to
that's,
overspray. There's no reason to
yeah,
over push your body.
yeah,
Just
that's true.
rest. Cause you about to turn it up in a couple of days.
Hmm. Well, here's the thing too. So I just found out this week that I'm fighting next Saturday. Yeah,
My
so I
bad.
found out. No, no, I found out on Monday. I found out on last Monday that I'm fighting um next week.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so like I was supposed to fight what like 3 weeks ago. My opponent dropped out, so I didn't train for like 2 weeks. Got out of shape, ate whatever I wanted, gained weight, and then now I have to try and make that weight back again after I just had like a 2 month fight camp, and then now I have to try and make it get back in shape within a couple weeks just for this one.
Okay.
So I don't know. Have you ever ran into that issue where you just found out a couple weeks before that you have a fight?
Short notice, 1 or 2 week short notice fight. No, never.
Never.
I would turn it down unless
You would.
unless I was in a camp before and my body is primed. Yeah. But now I don't plan on getting out of shape. I want to be ready for everything personally. I
Yeah.
want to be ready for the last minute fights. I want them to expect me not being in shape, and that's what I want. That's how I'm okay with seeing success. You know,
Mhm.
if they underestimate me from being in shape. So, but no, I've never gotten any last minute fights, and I never took in any. So,
Oh, well, you're lucky. Not even an amateur.
uh, amateur, I stayed ready. Like I said, my amateur career was just so amazing because I was actually in the zone the whole time, you know. And I stayed ready. If I did get a last minute fight, it was like, all right, perfect. I was looking for, I'm in shape to fight anyway, so let's
You're
do it.
ready
Like,
anyway.
yeah, I've been in the gym long enough, yeah. But
Yeah.
huh?
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, yeah. But I can't think of any of my last. I can't think of any of the fights they called last minute for me.
Yeah, that's good. Well, because and it's tough, right? Because like you don't want to, but the thing is like you don't want to say no to a fight either, right? When it comes your way, I feel like it's really hard to say no when an opportunity arises for you, right? If you're in shape or out of shape. Like for example, if you got a call from the UFC today and
Yeah.
say, "Will you fight next week?" I'm sure you're not going to say no, correct?
If I was to get that call today, I might have to say no, bro.
You
I
would say
just
no?
had a fight and I overindulged myself. My weight is like sky high right now. I would be chasing money if that was the case, and that ain't what I'm in here for. I'm not here to chase the
Mm,
money, you know. I want to get to the big show. When it's time for me to get into the big show, it's gonna be time, and I'm gonna be ready, you know.
yeah.
But yeah,
Well, you've been doing good. You're on a what 4 or 5 fight winning streak right now.
a 4 fight winning streak now, man. I feel amazing, man. So I'm excited about everything for sure.
So, what do you think has been your key to success in these last 4 fights?
This far, I would say my focus changed. I stopped chasing all the worldly outside things, and I started focusing on what I moved to Vegas for, which was fighting. And once I did that, and I started realizing all I got to do to actually see success is put in the hard work, put in the extra work, and that's what I started doing. I just had to come to a realization with myself: put in the work, it'll pay off. Nobody out here standing in your way. Ain't nobody stopping you but you. You know. And once I came to that realization, I just I'm just pushing myself, and I'm blessed to have training partners like Chitty and Josh and all the guys at the gym, and you, Chris, like all the guys at the gym, Anthony and Jupawani. Like it's a
Mhm.
blessing to even be able to work with these guys, work
Yeah,
with you guys, man. So,
yeah, and you train with at some of the best gyms too, like one of the best jiu-jitsu gyms, one of the
Sergio
best
Pena, baby,
kickboxing gyms. Yeah,
yeah,
Sergio. So
KG.
tell me more about Sergio's gym. Why do you love it so much?
Tell you more about what?
Sergio's.
Oh, Sergio. Oh man, Sergio. Just Sergio as a person. He's not just a instructor to us. He's a father. He's a sensei. He's that outside person you can go to talk to, like when something's going wrong, and he'll find a way to cheer you up, like with some type of joke. So Sergio, he's just so humble and he's so knowledgeable about the sport, and it's just so unreal. I was just blessed enough to just drop into his lap after I graduated college as an All-American
Mm.
wrestler. You know, it was just a blessing, and it was a quick humblance too. So once I started Sergio's, he put me in with some killers, some black belts. All I was an All-American wrestler. I was like, none of these guys, they're not ready for my grappling. I don't care who it is, and I'm gonna tell you now, the first day, tap 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 tap. So Sergio did his job. He humbled me first for the sport, and then he taught me. So he emptied my cup, and he started filling it up himself.
Mm.
And him just being an instructor and alone is just everything, bro. So
And do you feel like as a fighter, it's important to stay humble?
No, for sure. I feel like that's the key. If you're not humble, and if you feel like you can run through everybody, your glass gonna be already full, and then you're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna be able to learn. Once you empty that cup, do whatever you got to do to just stop trying to play this badass instead of be the badass. The better,
Mm-hmm.
better.
Yeah. Yeah. So like so at this new, since I moved to San Diego, now I'm not at one kick anymore. Unfortunately, I miss the gym, but the new gym where I'm at, like the people are real cool. I feel real.
Nice.
There's this one guy. He works at the front desk, but he's a bad dude. Like he's a bad dude. Like he can wrestle. He's a black belt as well, and he's a great boxer. And he was telling me in my last fight camp, because I was like overthinking things, because my main thing is striking, and like one of my fears is someone that's a killer in grappling. That's
Mm-hmm.
like it's my kryptonite.
Right.
And so I was just talking to him, like, oh, I'm trying to figure out ways to like improve myself. He's like, Chris, one thing that I think that fighters should be asking themselves more. And then I was like, what? He's like, if you were to fight yourself, how would you beat you? And then once you figure that out, then you should work on those things, and then you're
Yeah.
gonna be able to improve on those things. So like always
Oh, that's
be
100.
thinking, yeah. So always be thinking of how you can beat yourself. Like if you're gonna fight you, what advice would you give to yourself to beat
Uh,
yourself?
Nice. And then you got to strengthen those. No, that's pretty
Yeah,
dope. That's pretty dope.
yeah,
That's pretty
yeah,
dope. I'll
yeah.
take that advice at this point.
Yeah, it's great because I mean, like I'm just, I always go back to my comfort zone, which is Muay Thai or kickboxing, and then like I forget to focus on wrestling or on jiu-jitsu, and then when it's really not doing me any good, like because someone who's a good wrestler or jiu-jitsu guy, they're gonna come in and just murder me, right? If they can. So like those are things I realized that I already knew that, but really like writing it down after he told me that, made me realize I need to put more of my time into that rather than kickboxing because I'm really comfortable there. Like I'll be okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I take a few days off of kickboxing and Muay Thai, it's not gonna kill me. Whether if I put that time more into my ground. Um, so if you're to think about that, Jeff, if if you're to think about how would you beat you, what do you think would be the key?
And beating me?
Yeah, like
Huh?
if you're to give advice to that, and then so this way, it's
I
like a
don't want to give
brainstorm
people
exercise.
advice on how to beat me,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
That ain't a good call on my
Well,
part.
no, well
Good.
to be honest, I'm just trying to get that advice for myself. So when I go into the gym, I can use that against you.
You gonna have to find out yourself. How about
uh,
that?
that's why I twisted it around. I was trying to get you in there. No, it's good. No, but yeah, that's good advice. Yeah, don't give that to the camera. But I think that's it's very important to think about that. Throughout your whole career, even
Yeah,
if you're the champion, or especially if you're the champion, you should always be improving, right?
yeah,
That's
yeah. I
the
agree.
hardest part. Yeah. Um. So also, tell me more about this last fight that you just had.
This
So like,
last
what
fight,
promotion was it
it was
for?
it was.
Yeah.
Say that again.
What promotion do you fight for?
I fought for FFC. It's down
Okay.
here in Vegas at the Rio Hotel.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Um, it's a pretty nice organization, man. I was impressed when I got there. Great venue for sure. Um, but it was cool. They treated us like legit king fighters. Like we was top notch, man. They showed us love behind the stage. When we got out there, they did what they had to do. It was a great organization. So I would love to fight
Yeah.
for them again. Not even no joke. I would love to fight for them again.
Yeah.
The
And
cage
who?
was, I mean, the ring was a bit different for me. They
Mm,
fight in a ring. I
mm,
believe it had 5 ropes. The rope was low enough, but it was, I don't
mm.
know, just kind of readjusting once you're already in a good position. Sometimes it throws the flow off, but um, it wasn't too bad. I made do for sure. I made do, but I would fight for them again for sure, no question.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
And wasn't that? So they cared about you.
Yeah. They did. They showed that they actually care for their fighters. They made sure they took care of the medicals and made sure we got everything we needed to prepare and be ready for the fight. So
Yeah, I
Definitely
feel
a
like that's
great organization.
yeah, I feel like that's very important 'cause a lot of shows don't care about the fighters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it shows, you know, like so. I'm sure, like if FMC calls you again, you don't mind fighting for that organization again, right? Because they took such good care of you.
Right.
Also, yeah, and they promoted you,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I think they promoted you. I'd hope that they promote you. And so, who did you fight?
The guy that fought name was Jamil Abrigamov. He was a Russian cat. I believe he was Russian. Tough
Mm,
guy. I watched a lot of his film. I had a long 3 months of just being in tune with him. I watched a lot of his film, and he was a tough. Seems like a tough opponent. He controlled everybody he fought. He fought high level high level guys and won. His fight before me, he fought someone in Bellator. Um, for Bellator, and he's just a tough guy. He was a tough guy, and I seen him control a lot of fighters. I seen that he wrestled. I seen that he practices jujitsu. So I came with the mind frame. I know he's gonna bring it, so I need to be ready to bring every bit of whatever I gotta bring.
mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And what would you say was the toughest part about fighting him?
The toughest part about fighting, just working through my nerves and getting in the cage. Getting in the ring.
Mm,
I would say that's the hardest part every time. And once you in there, boom, all the switches turned on. Is
yeah.
in the zone time. And once you
Mm,
in the zone, you just locked in. It's like, let's go. We fighting. That's just what it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
I heard Jeff Feldman caught a head kick in the first round.
Yeah, I caught
Yeah,
a head kick.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
impressive.
yeah, no, for sure, for sure. I was proud of my head kick. I mean, I throw a lot of leg kicks, body kicks, but I was able to throw a head kick today. Not today, but in the fight, and it kind of it shook him a little bit. Got him. He was able to. He got him to switch stance a little bit. And once he switched stance, I went in for the takedown and got the takedown. So it did what it did his job. The head kick did his job, and I was happy that I was able to throw it in the fight. So.
Yeah, that's interesting. So that head kick, since it rocked him, it probably made him nervous, right?
Yeah,
So then he went into like
yeah, cause
survival mode.
Cause I took a few shots on him, and he did a good job defending early in the fight. I took two good shots, and I feel like he defended them pretty well. And once that third shot I took was after the head kick. I head kicked, and I seen the kind of he was kind of off a little bit, and I took him down, and I was able to take him down that way. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. And
yeah.
then and you said you were controlling him the whole fight, pretty much, right? You were controlling the whole.
Yeah.
So
I took his back twice. I couldn't finish. It's small things I definitely need to work on down there. I do a lot of submissions. Taking the back was not one of those submissions that I worked on a lot. I don't really work on getting there a lot, but now after this fight, it shows that I definitely need to work on
mm,
taking the back
mm,
and finishing my rear naked chokes and stuff. And so I learned a lot from this fight as well. Um, I got in a lot of positions. I was in control the whole time, but I got in a lot of positions that I don't normally get into while I'm doing jujitsu. So, yeah, it opened my eyes up to a lot. It shows me that I need a lot. I still got to work on a lot. Like we all us fighters got
mm,
to work on a lot. It's so much to learn out there. So,
yeah. So the co-host Marissa, she's on right now. I'm gonna add her. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add
say that again.
Marissa. I'm gonna add Marissa, the co-host, to the
Okay, for
podcast.
sure.
She's signed on. Yeah.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, Marissa, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Good. Sorry, I'm in DC right now and I'm doing sorry? Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm in a open space and this will just ask me to go somewhere else. Um Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm here in DC for a conference and so I was not able to here's one. Cool. So I'm here for a conference and I am at a workshop right now on core values, and I just left the workshop for a little bit, but I'm doing that conference life and meeting a lot of people. So I just came in right after you were talking about your fight, so you can continue on, Chris, if you want to. I'll join when I can.
I mean, Jeff was just. Oh,
Say what?
okay. Oh, there you go. I hear Jeff. So actually, Jeff,
Hey,
I want to
and
get.
Marissa, sorry, Marissa, I just want to give you a heads up. My headphones are dead, so whenever you speak, kind of try to speak into your mic if you could. I heard you clearly overall. I
Okay.
heard you clearly, so just
Cool.
let you know.
No problem.
Chris didn't get that concept yet because he's still talking real low.
Well, it's the Bluetooth on my headphones. Like they're not doing too well, I guess.
Okay, yeah, no, they are.
Yeah.
They are. I'm just joking, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Jeff and I will go at it all day. Like, so I've known Jeff for. I think I've known Jeff for like. When did you move to Vegas?
What was that?
When did you move to Vegas?
I moved to Vegas, graduated 2011, probably like 2012, I believe.
2012. Yeah. So I've known Jeff. That's what. That's 7 years.
It's been about 8 years, 9 years.
Or 8 years.
Like
Yeah. Yeah. So I've known Jeff for a while, and I remember. So when Jeff started training, I just started training maybe 6 months or a year before he did,
Yeah.
and then I've just been seeing Jeff climb the ranks. Like when he first came into the gym, he came from Florida, Miami, so he came from Miami, and then he moved to Vegas just for fighting, pretty much. And I think you got hooked up by someone to come to our gym, correct?
I got what?
You got hooked up by someone to come to our gym, right?
Like, yeah. So it was a high school wrestling coach, Jimmy Bice. He knew Nick, and he knew Nick was looking for grapplers to join his fight camp. And I guess Jimmy Bice reached out to my college coach and asked if they had any guys that was interested in MMA. And I was doing like extra work after wrestling, and all the time we used to do jiu-jitsu at the end, just kind of mess around with it. I didn't know anything about jiu-jitsu in all reality. And my coach asked me, what do you have any plans for after college? I was like, nah, not really. He asked me if I wanted to fight MMA. I was like, I never thought about it, but sure. And then he said, I know some coaches out in Vegas. If you're interested, you can go out there and visit and see what you think about it. And that's what I did. I went out and visited. Oh man, it was tough. That's when I met Chitty and Anthony and Josh and all the kickboxers there, man. And I had trouble keeping my hands up. I was coming from a wrestling background where I keep my hands low, and I had to keep my hands up. They kept kicking me in the head, telling me keep your hands up. And I learned a lot that first week of just going to visit, and I went there to visit. I liked it. I loved it, and they said they didn't think I was gonna come back because I got beat up too bad. And I wound up coming back. I went back home to Miami. I sold like my car and whatever I could sell to make a little extra couple dollars to move back out there. And then I moved back to Vegas a month later and started training. Yeah.
Nice. So I have a question for you about what you know. What did you like? What's maybe one thing that you know now that you wish you would have known like the first time that you moved to Vegas?
Something I would have pretty much told myself if I could tell my myself.
Right. Let
me see. Stick to the people. Stick to the people that's there for you. Straight up. Yeah. Stick to the people that's there for you because they're gonna be there for you. I just revamp that with myself. I guess just stick to those people, even if y'all having a hard time. Just stick with those people because they got your back at the end of the day.
Right. And so I'm sure you come across a lot. I mean, I've heard a lot of, maybe this is the wrong thing, misconception about Vegas, but I heard that it's very superficial. Like there's not a lot of depth to like relationships in terms of people because of the industries that are like really prevalent there. Do you see that that's the same thing, or do you have a different experience?
my opinion on something like that, I don't know if it's my personality, but I get along with people pretty well.
Mhm.
And I've been blessed enough not to run into, I guess, a lot of fake people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I really haven't had a bad experience in that area, and I wouldn't want to just kind of throw that out in the ether and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, it's terrible out here," you know. So I mean, I
Yeah.
personally haven't had any bad experiences with people
Right.
out here in Vegas. I mean, everybody I met for the most part were pretty genuine people. I was genuine back
Mhm.
to them, and
Mhm.
they just reciprocated the whatever I was giving them pretty much. So
Mhm.
I've had no bad experience. How about yourself? Did you feel like
Oh,
you run into that? Are you
yeah.
from Vegas?
No, I'm from San Diego, but I lived in New York. And so
Okay.
the reason why I brought it up is because, just being at this conference, you get exposed to so many different types of personalities, and you see people that you know online, like through like social channels and stuff. And then like you meet them in person and they're like not the same, like they're different, or like they have, and prior to like this year, I was very consumed with that. It would really bother me. It'd be like, oh, you're fake, like, and then I'd be like, why did I invest my time in you and like waste my time? But I think now I make it I make it less about my reaction to that and just kind of say, well, I don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
Maybe they aren't fake, maybe they're introverted, like so many things,
Right.
and just try to like be true. But I think that's part of personal growth over dealing with fake people, right? Like it's how you approach it or see it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wonder about that. So, you know,
It's. I mean, life in general is what I feel is what you make of it. You know.
right.
So
Hmm.
if you go into a place like if you were to come to Vegas and have that mindset, oh, everybody in Vegas is fake. No matter
Yeah.
what somebody do, no matter how kind somebody is to you, you already have that thought in your head. Oh no, they fake
Right.
because everybody in Vegas is fake. You know. So
Right.
it's yeah. I mean, if you put that in your mind that everybody's gonna be fake, you're gonna run
Hmm.
into that. Even if you're not
Right.
running into it, you're gonna think you're running into it. You know.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So kind of like what you focus on is what you attract.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Exactly.
sure.
Exactly.
For sure. And
Yeah, it's
that's
funny
life.
because
That's life for sure.
Hmm.
yeah, and I think it's very interesting that you bring that up because so whenever I talk to Jeff, he's always very positive. You
Hmm.
know, no, he's a very positive person. Like I remember actually before I was moving to San Diego, Jeff and I were having a conversation. I don't know if Jeff remembers this, but we're outside and it was hot outside, and then Jeff was just like, "Hey man, like when you move out there, he's like, do what you got to do. He's like, start your own business, make your money. Um, you can do it. You've tried it a few times, and like you keep on learning." And for some reason, like when you said that to me, it made me, uh, it like it, how do you say, it motivated me, right?
Hmm.
Because Jeff has a friend out here in San Diego. I think owns a club, right?
Yeah, yeah. He owns two of them. One of them is I can't think of the name of his club. Um, I can't think of it. I'm sorry.
Describe it. Maybe we'll know if you describe it.
It's downtown. It's a F6. There we go. One of them is F6. That was his
Oh, okay.
first
Yeah.
club, and then he owns
Hmm.
another big one. I guess it's the biggest one out there in San Diego. I can't think of the name of it.
Omnia?
Nah,
No.
I don't think it's Omnia. No,
Hmm.
I don't even remembering the name of this. Remember hearing the name of it. So even if I
Hmm.
heard it, I probably wouldn't know it. But it's not Omnia for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But his
I'm not.
story is
I'm not a big. Go ahead.
oh no, but his story is good, right? Because
Hmm.
he didn't just start the business. I think he started working like at the bottom there, right? He
Yeah.
moved way
Yeah.
up. Now he owns it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
it was
so.
pretty amazing. I think he started as like a host, and he just kind of learned the business and kind of grew with the business, and he wanted to take it over the business and then branching out to another business. So it was pretty
Hmm.
cool. He stuck to what he knew. Even in college, he was that party animal, setting up the parties, making sure everybody had fun, and
Hmm.
it grew with him. It grew with him and made him millions and millions of dollars. You know, so
Yeah.
That's it.
Um, Chris, I gotta go back to the workshop, so
Uh,
I'm gonna head out. But we'll talk later. Jeff,
Yeah,
so nice to meet you. We'll connect
Definitely.
another time. I'll hear your story. I'll watch it back and stuff like that. So,
For sure. All right. Have a good one.
bye.
Bye.
now that we're back, now we're talking about business. Tell me how you started your hat game business.
I'm bad. Do something where you can talk a little bit. I just want a big scoop in.
It's, oh, yeah, I got it. Are you hungry, huh?
I ain't hungry, but I can eat.
Yeah, well, everyone excuse Jeff. He's got out of a big fight camp and he had to starve himself for a while, I'm sure. So now he's just enjoying some
This is
pancakes.
actually my third breakfast today. Yeah.
Today, man, it's not even 11:30.
Yeah. This is actually my third breakfast today. My first one was oatmeal. After I rode my bike, I rode about 6 miles. Just a nice little relaxing. I ain't do nothing all weekend. Get on the bike and work out. Nice little chill ride. And I ate some oatmeal, and then I wound up running some errands right after that. And then I got back home. I ate some wheat cereal. I don't know what it is. I had one of my friends from college come through, and he bought some type of cereal, and he left it there. So I was like, let me try it. I tried it. It was pretty good. I ate that, and then I got in contact with my sponsor. I was asking him what he was doing today, and then he was like, he's about to head to the shop. I was like, shit, I'm about to pull up, and then so I came here at Stacks and Yolks. So if y'all get a chance, y'all come check this spot out. Stacks and Yolks, man. They show plenty of love. Let me see if I can see the logo anywhere. I can't find the logo. Stacks and Yolks. We'll post it somewhere on here somewhere, so make sure y'all see it, check it
out. Is that the one that's on Durango?
Huh?
Is that the one that's on Durango?
Do you talk to Durango? Say that again.
The location right in the 215 in Durango.
Oh yeah. It's on Durango. Yeah.
Okay. I've been there once. It's pretty good.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. I'm loving it so far. So.
Yeah. Is that your first time there?
Yeah, my first time here. Yeah.
Okay. How are the pancakes?
I didn't cut to the pancakes yet. They look so good though.
They look so good. Show them.
I'm about to cut it to them while they still warm, you know.
Yeah, those are huge.
They're huge.
They're huge. But yeah, let's get back. So the bag collection. So your hat game, the hat game.
Okay.
Yeah, tell us the story on how you got started and now where you're at with your company.
Okay. The hat game is just something I started. Was it back in college? And I used to buy hats and sell hats, and I wore hats all the time. I didn't went bald because I wore so many hats every day, I guess. So I live by hats. So I got my own brand called the Hat Game, and with that, we design different companies' hats. We customize, we do all type of hat tricks. We do trims, like anything you can imagine on a hat, we do it. So I've been working with other companies doing that, and then I decided, because I sell so many companies' hats to other people online and everything, I decided to make my own brand, which is the Bad Collection. And the Bad stands for Building a Dynasty. It's a Black empowerment brand, just kind of to show everybody out there that there is some positive in the Black community, in the Black culture. It's not all negative what they show on TV. So that's pretty much what my brand represents: building a dynasty. I push it. I wear one of my hats every day. That's the Hat Game logo.
Yeah.
It's been going well overall. Got a lot of support this past few weeks, actually, with the fight coming up. So everybody was at the fights wearing the Bad Collection hat. So it was pretty dope. I felt great about it. Things are going well. Things are going well with it, for sure. Things are going well.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going really well. I mean, because now you have your hats in people's stores now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people what?
in people's stores, right? Like you
Oh
have
yeah,
your hats in
yeah.
stores, right?
Yeah, in a few stores. One of my favorite stores that is in is actually not downtown, at Town Square. So it's Narcissistic. It's a pretty dope hip hop urban store, clothing store. And yeah, they supporting the brand, and I support their company as well. So y'all, if y'all
So
live in Vegas, y'all go down to Town Square and check out Narcissistic. Pretty dope clothing store.
how did you make that connection?
I worked in the nightclubs for a while, and I've met a couple owners for certain places. That's how I met a lot of my sponsors too, and yeah, just kind of connected with them, and just that's all. Connected with them, communicated, let them know that I had a brand, and I was interested in putting in their store if they was interested in, and one thing led to another, and they were in the stores.
And so when you're making these connections, do you feel like it's a long process sometimes to kind of
Sometimes
get
it can
your
be like
yeah
it really can be. Right now, I'm in the process of trying to get my hats and lids. That seems like it's gonna be a lot longer process, but I'm doing everything I can, step by step, and trying to make it happen. So we'll see. Y'all put some prayers out there for me.
yeah and yeah
Anybody out there got some connects? Y'all hit me up, Jeff the Bullet on all social media.
yeah
Hit me
Jeff
in the
the Bullet
DM
yeah or you contact me and then I can always put you in touch with Jeff as
for
well.
sure.
Yeah, like
For
I mean,
sure.
I don't mind helping out, friends with or any business owners, especially like at the stage where we are, like we're still like trying to pave the way and like reach our
Yeah,
goals. I
for
think it's
sure.
important for all of us to always like support each other, like
For sure. Most important. Most important. Without support, it's nothing out there.
yeah,
If
yeah,
you
yeah,
don't have support on something, you don't have anything.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like family kind of, right? I mean, like, but
Yeah.
it's a different kind of community. And so you're talking about the bad is part is to try and help put positivity in the black community, right?
Yeah, just kind of showing that it is a lot of uh, positive things going on in the black culture. Like it's just based off of all the negative they show from television. Like everything, a lot of things that are negative are from black people, and that's just sadly, I don't know, just sad that even they show like that. It might be how I'm looking at it, but it's enough for me to want to create a brand like this to show a lot of positive.
Well, that's great. I mean, because I think there is a lot of like stigma or bad perceptions about uh, the black community. I mean, like, there's a reason why people feel that way, right? I
Yeah.
mean, there's a reason why. Oh my God, I'm blanking out. What's that black movement that happened? Oh, Black Lives Matter.
Oh yeah. They made that
Yeah,
a terrorist movement. Like, come on now,
yeah,
come on now. This shit is just
yeah,
unreal. Like,
yeah,
it's so unreal and it's unfair at this point.
yeah. Like it bothered me a little bit when I saw Black Lives Matter that people were how do they say it? Like they're getting frustrated with that movement because
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I mean black people are getting together because they're tired um, of what's happening to them, right? Like for example, Chicago, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I know Chicago has like a lot of like a high crime rate. A lot of like black people are dying out there, and like
Hmm.
I mean, everyone's lives matter, but especially like when you're targeted,
Yeah.
why shouldn't you speak out loud about it, right? I mean,
Yeah. No, for sure.
yeah,
For sure.
like you have every right, and I think that's good to spread that love out there, right? Like you're like how you're saying, like I mean, there's good and bad in everything, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
but
No, for sure.
yeah,
For sure.
but why not spread out the good and why not spread out the love if you can? And I think
Yeah.
that's great that you're doing that because not a lot of people focus on those things. So many people are out there being, and like, I know you personally, I know that you're not a selfish dude. Like, you're trying, you do
Right.
try to be positive and like, like you give positivity out to the team, right? For the most
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
And, uh, and I appreciate that from you because like you don't
For
see that
sure.
often.
For
So,
sure.
and why do you think that you're like that?
I don't know. I don't know. It feels natural for me. So I mean, I enjoy positive energy coming towards me. So I feel the same. I feel like somebody else would feel like love the positive energy bouncing off of me. So I mean, it just comes natural to me. It's no reason I do it. It's just it feels good for me. So
Hmm.
it feels good for me, and I feel like it'll feel good for anybody else. And that's why I
Yeah.
do what I do.
So do you feel like judgment is one of the worst things that human beings carry?
Yeah. Judgment is, I don't know. You can't really get to know a person if you're judging them ahead of hand. It goes back to what I was saying earlier about the empty cup, full cup, half cup to deal. So if you judging somebody ahead of time, you're already filling your cup on them. So they don't have a chance of even showing you the person they are. They really are, because you already assuming something on them. So I mean, I think it's just it's unfair. It's definitely unfair, but it's people like that, and that's just what it is. And some things
Yeah.
you just gotta accept.
So when you for example, say if you run into someone, and I don't know if you ever have, but say if you run into someone and they automatically dislike you for whatever reason, they might feel some insecurity within themselves that they don't like you for some reason.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you handle that situation if you feel like someone dislikes you,
If someone's what?
doesn't like you, like right off the, like
If
right
they
when they
don't like
first
me,
meet you?
I don't. So if somebody just feel like they don't like me off back, and I just won't communicate with them. If I don't have a reason to communicate with them, I'll just go on about my day. I don't have a reason to try to butter them up or anything. So I would personally just go on about my day. Like if I need something from you, I'll announce that. If you don't want to do your part, it's okay with me. That's fine. I know, like if you need me, I'll treat you the same way you treated me. Like so,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, I wouldn't stress on it. I would
Yeah.
accept it. That's what I would accept it. You don't like me for whatever reason. I'll try to give you a reason to reinstate that. And if you feel a way like, no, I just don't like you, I would accept it by all means.
Hmm. And in business, do you feel like so with your business, do you feel like you run into people that are more positive than negative?
Yeah, I really feel like I run into a lot more positive people. And it's how you approach people. That's
Hmm.
how I look at it. If you approach people like as if you had an attitude, that's your first impression with them. They gonna feel like you always have an attitude whenever you talk to them. So me personally, I try to be respectful to people when I first meet them. And I think that'll take you a long way when you show respect. Like even when I was working in the club industry for a long time, once I came off the rep and showed people I have respect for you, but this is my problem. And they seem to understand a lot more than you go over there trying to like, hey, you can't do this. So yeah, respecting people is the key, bro. You respect people, you get respect back.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned in life personally. So,
Yeah,
but
because
it's
nobody wants
your
to.
occasional people that just don't care and they're just so selfish, and you have those occasional people as well. But with those people, you accept it and you move on.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're not going to change who they are, right? That's who they
Yeah,
are, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
got to move on. Or else, if you focus on those little things, that's going to ruin your day. You shouldn't allow
Say that.
little things like
Hold on,
that
hold
ruin
on.
your
It,
day.
it got
Yeah,
really loud in my background. 1 second.
I don't
Go ahead.
know.
Say that again.
No, I was saying like it's good that you don't focus on those things because if you focus on those little things of people not liking you or someone just giving you the wrong attitude, then it's going to
Yeah,
ruin your whole day.
yeah.
It's going
Then
to
you
ruin your
can't
whole
focus
vibe.
on you. You can't focus on your own
Yeah,
happiness. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, it's interesting because I remember I bought a few of your hats back in a long time ago when we were at the old gym on Pecos.
Say that you bought a what?
Remember when you used to sell hats at the old gym in Pecos?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I remember you starting your brand. Like you
Yeah.
starting your company. Like
Yeah.
we were, all,
Man's gotta eat.
yeah. And man, I freaking loved your. I still have them. I bought a dope hat from you, a Supreme. Uh, I think I bought like a New York hat off of you too. Yeah, I mean it was just it's cool, right? Because I mean you sold it for less than the competition.
Yeah, for sure.
So why and the quality is just as good or even better.
Yeah.
So why would I go to Lids, pay I don't know how much you sell them for. I haven't been in Lids in a long time. But I remember I used to
Right.
buy your hats for like $20.
Yeah.
And so why would I go there when I get the same quality hat? And then
Exactly.
yeah, and I think you and so do you feel like that's how you try to stay ahead of your competition?
Now my business is a lot different. It ain't just like brands like those anymore. So I would say yeah, at the starting point, yeah, definitely. I mean, beating that price range is always a win. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's very important because like I just met with some guy yesterday. He's I can't really explain too much about what his app is because it hasn't been created yet, but it's really cool. Like this guy's from Ohio. He's trying to make a music application, something that has to do with music. And like he's talking about like Spotify or like Apple Music. They charge you like $10 per month,
Yeah.
and he's saying he's pretty much saying like I don't want to charge you anything to play music from my app. I'm trying to make money in different ways. Um, he's pretty much saying that like when you focus so much on like trying to compete at the same level of your competition, you're never gonna make it. So it's always good to
Hey, excuse me. Can I get some syrup? Yeah. Sorry.
you're focused on your pancakes.
Say what?
It looks like you're focused on your pancakes.
But yeah, like I buttered them down already. I was trying to get them nice and moist. Thank you. Thank you.
what, what you got more syrup?
Huh?
You got more syrup?
Yeah. I didn't get some syrup in the first place, so yeah, I put a little bit of syrup on it now. These pancakes are huge, boy.
You should see the. Gotta let Jeff eat a little bit. He hasn't eaten. Well, it's funny because like I just see you like this. All I see you doing.
All you see is what?
Like
Oh,
like well,
eating
like
pancakes, right?
yeah. You look at the pancakes like this. This is hilarious, man. Take a bite. Let me know how that is.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm about to right now.
Toss. So I think you know,
Mm.
yeah.
Jackson Yolks, y'all. Hold up.
Stacks and Yolks. If you're in Las Vegas, it's located off of 215 in Durango on the southwest side of Las Vegas. Really good food. I met the owner once, and I think it was a family business. I think,
Yep.
yeah, if I remember correctly. Um, but they've been around for a while. I think they've been around for a few years at least, and that's good. Actually, your business has been around for a while
Say that
too.
again.
I said your business has been around for a while.
Yeah.
Um, and it's great because one thing that I read online, I forgot how many percentages of businesses that fail within the first year. It's
Yeah.
it's insane, and you've been
Yeah.
around for a long time, and I think it's because you probably played well with your budget too. Like you don't just throw your money out there. Like you strategically plan on how you're going to go about your business, correct?
Yeah.
So how did you manage to stay in business for this long? You think?
Um, I feel like a supporter from a lot of friends and fans and family. I mean, like you said, I give out a lot of energy, and a lot of people bring a lot of energy back too. So I feel like that I guess a fellowship of friends and family, it helps keep the business keep rotating and keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
So Just support, like you said. Without support, we have nothing. Just the support of everybody around me and everybody I know, it keeps the brand flowing. So,
And do you feel like a lot of your customers that you have that you retain them, like they keep coming back to you?
you're asking if that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have new customers, old customers. Yeah, people come back whenever I get new designs in. They'll support the new designs. So yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty cool. Yeah.
that's good. So like, because I'm not familiar with retail so much, like with hats or anything. I'm more in like the tech space. So in retail, what is some of your, or with hats in general, what are some of your biggest hurdles that you've ran into?
Let me see. Um, Working with, I guess, because I order in bulk. I order huge amounts. Ordering a size, not a size, but a color that people don't really mess around with, I would say, and just being product, stuck with product. That's like the biggest hurdle.
Hmm.
I would say anybody in retail would be having trouble with being stuck with product that the customer's not feeling. So,
Hmm. Well, and do you market your business a lot?
say that again.
Do you market your business a lot?
Get Mark
Do you market it? Like, do you do a
market
lot of
it.
marketing? Yeah.
So what was the question about marketing?
Yeah. So like, do you do a lot of marketing on your business?
Um, I would say I used to post every day. I do a lot of social media marketing. I post every day, and yeah, I throw commercials out there. I put them on ads every now and then. Yeah, so I do a fair amount of marketing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because for
it can
example,
probably possibly definitely be better actually.
yeah,
You said what?
you should probably maybe even talk to Marissa. So that's what she does. She does a lot of digital marketing for other companies.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I've seen her. Uh, um, I've seen the way that she works, and she really uses like a lot of like data, a lot of
Uh,
informational data that's out there to drive your product. Um, she and I think for anyone, she'd be valuable for anyone. But I think it's just good to even like get on like a 30-minute call with her to just
yeah.
understand. Like she could just give you advice, and then you take that advice, and then take it as your own, and then build on top of it. You
Hmm.
know. And like I said, I think it's important for all of us to always be in touch with each other, and we all support each other. Like for example, I don't know, for a 30-minute call, she gives you advice, and you take that, and then you get little bits and pieces from everyone to take and trying to see what works or what doesn't work for you. So,
Right, right.
um, yeah, because like for example, my business, I don't do any marketing, but I should be. Because right now what I do is I go to like a lot of networking events. So I go to a lot of networking events, and then and meet people that way that may need the services that I offer. But your business is different. Like I think your business does need a lot of marketing on social media, definitely for sure. I think Instagram is probably like a big one for you. Um, yeah. So, uh, so what? Uh, so in general, why did you start a hat company? Out of all the other companies that you could have started, why was it hat?
Say that again.
So why did you start a hat company? Because out of all the other companies that are out there, why did you decide to go with hat?
Um, I went with hats because that's what I knew. That's what I wore all the time. Every day I wore a hat. So I figured, why if I'm wearing a hat every day, why wouldn't I? I'm sure other people out there wear hats every day. So I just kind of went with a hat company, and they always had more of a success rate for me than a actual clothing line.
Mm-hmm.
Further on down the road, don't get me wrong, I'll definitely branch out to clothes, probably shirts. But right now, hats is where it's at for me. It's really been working out for me.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yes,
great
sir.
to hear. So Jeff, we're coming up on our hour. But you know, it was great talking to you. You know, congratulations again on your fight. Um, you know, I'm glad that you won your fight. Like,
Yeah,
congratulations.
for sure. I
Yeah, yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Appreciate that.
yeah. If you can let people know, like, how can they find you?
On social media, if y'all want Instagram, Jeff the Bullet, um, Jeff Roman on Facebook, Jeff the Bullet on Twitter. Yeah, Jeff the Bullet on all social media, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And then what about for your hat brand? Where can they reach you
Okay,
at for that?
you can go check out thebadcollection.com or even go to my personal Instagram, Jeff the Bullet, and you'll see owner of the Bad Collection under it as well. So
Okay.
yeah.
And then for any future fights, where do you post a lot for your, in case of maybe you gain some fans throughout this podcast, where can people view your fight schedule?
My
Is
fights,
it
I post mostly on Instagram,
on
so
Instagram?
definitely on there.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, everyone, please stay tuned. Jeff, you know, you know, he's an up and comer in the pro market right now. He's killing it.
So
4 fight win streak. CEO of the Bad Collection. Please give him a follow on his social media and for his company, and you know, please contact him. He's a great dude. So,
for sure,
all
that's
right,
about it.
yeah, all right, Jeff. I will
Yeah,
take
for
care.
sure.
Enjoy those pancakes.
Appreciate you. Have a good one, Chris.
All right, later.